Episode 531. Stream.
I'm
That's
coming.
a lot of fucking episodes.
Tell me about it, yo. Tell me about it.
531. Wow, congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
And going on 6 years in a couple of weeks.
I just looked it up. It'll be 7 because this year will be 8 years at the state, and my podcast I started a year later, so 8 and 7.
Damn.
Nice.
Which is fucking nuts. Thinking about it, like
Time flies.
which January 1st, and so tonight is the last episode of Horror Research 30, and then tomorrow we are doing a Sturdo Vision midnight. The movie's called Zombie, and of course Tony Todd's in it.
Oh yeah, I want to check that movie out.
And then in January we're coming back to do zombie films, actually on the anniversary, January 1st. Still looking for some films. We're gonna have some movies for you guys, but I'm gonna do the first pick for the first anniversary episode. It's gonna be a nice fun gathering. I have nothing planned yet. I'll talk to the wife. She's better at that than I am. Even if it's just something simple, but something fun. We're gonna talk about the movie and we're gonna shoot the shit like we always do. And so hope you tune in for that. Can't wait. It's gonna be a good time. And make sure you guys tune in this Saturday on Popcorn and Pints because we have our Secret Santa, which is gonna be fun and funny and a great time. No gag gifts, so we were all serious.
That's at 8 o'clock.
That's at 8 o'clock Saturday, and then right after that at 9, boom, reviewing the red one, whatever it's called. Figure Popcorn and Pints. We gotta start hitting up some new movies every now and then.
Is that a Lady Gaga song? Red one.
What are we doing for
Red one.
What time are we starting?
Huh?
What time are we starting?
8.
So 8 is the
Secret
Santa,
Santa.
and we're reviewing right after.
Then we're gonna review right after, yeah.
Cool. All right. Gotcha.
Red
I'm
one.
on board now.
Yes. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time. And again, we're gonna discuss stream tonight. How you guys doing tonight?
Well, I want to say I'm doing really well. I know this isn't my show, but I got a really great Christmas gift. If you can't see, it's the time index from Back to the Future. It's a wall desk lamp, and it's currently my new favorite thing, and it was given to me by a very dear friend, Mr. Sir Sturdy himself.
That's awesome.
So thank you.
You're that new favorite thing. He likes that more than he likes his family. That's awesome. He didn't say that. That's how I'm taking it.
No other Christmas gift this year. It's trash.
Man, I know it's not going to get back to them because they don't watch my show. So they don't watch either one of our shows here and there.
That's true. They don't.
Hey, Jamie. Thanks for joining. It's been a while.
Appreciate it. How are you guys doing, though, tonight? How are you doing tonight?
Doing good.
Man,
I'm excited. I want to talk about this movie.
Oh, hell yeah. Same.
Glad you finally watched it.
Me too.
I think I have a little bit of different take on it than you guys.
You said it before we went live, so
No.
I want you to kick it off with your thoughts of this film. Matter of fact, let's do early ratings, just so that way through this whole discussion if they change or not. So let's do early ratings. And
it might change. Okay, it might change.
That's why I'm saying early ratings. We got a chance to do them now. We didn't discuss the movie at all, but for right now, what is your rating?
5.5.
Ooh. Mick?
6.
Ooh. I really like this shit. This is like right up my alley. I give this thing an 8.
Really? An 8? Like, because, all right, if we're getting into it, I'll tell you why I would. I don't know. You guys go. When I'm ready, I'll jump on.
Go ahead.
Okay. So
James.
the kills were the best part of this movie.
Yeah.
There is some flaws in it that pissed me off a little bit. Not really pissed me off, but I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? I didn't like it. For one, I thought the little kid was going to be some kind of hero because of his tech shit.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a waste of fucking time. Don't even put the kids in the movie. And for one, that girl, the daughter, I hated her so bad. I wanted her to be the first one to die.
Damn. Well,
the acting, I wasn't a fan of.
That's fair.
The story itself is a good concept. And I liked how they explained this happened before in another building. And I was also mad Tony Todd wasn't in it all the way through. He was at the fucking end. I'm like, the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Oh, yeah, spoiler.
This is a spoiler.
Oh,
Listen.
So
again,
I had some shit against it. Yeah. But other than that, the kills I thought were awesome. Like a lot, even though a lot of them were repeat, like that main guy, what's his fucking name?
Jeffrey Combs character. I forget the name of the guy.
Alfred
Mr.
Hitchcock or Cockhold. I don't know. But he did the drill head thing like twice. But the second time when it went through the fucking eye and the eye was spinning on the
that was awesome.
There's cool shit.
See,
yeah,
but
that was pretty cool.
The thing is, yeah, he did it twice. The first time you didn't see it though. You got to remember, you just seen like the blood dripping.
Yeah, but I'm saying he used the drill twice. But yeah, the second one was awesome. Then they had this big motherfucker, number 3 or whatever the fuck he was. 4?
I think he was 4. Yeah,
he's just 4. His kills were like gripping their head skulls and just throwing them in this shit. Tip over a vending machine on the dude. I'm like, he's just a powerhouse going around. He like fucking didn't even need weapons.
Yeah, this was a really cool story. So I know Michael Levy, who was a producer. I don't know if he wrote was one of the writers on Terrifier, the first one. And they, he produced that. I don't think he produced 2 or 3 going forward, but he came on to stream and started doing this. Another guy, Marcus, who produces, friendly with him, and he's a really nice guy. They put this together, and this was Michael Levy's first thing to direct, I guess. Okay. I don't know 100% know if he did any shorts or anything like that before, but this is like his, where they did Terrifier, he went on to do stream. Yeah. So I said all that. So people, oh shit, my mic is all the way over there. I'm so sorry. I said all that just to preface this in that I'm going to have a lot of comparisons to Terrifier. It is very close with the gore and stuff like that. Now, I like Terrifier. I like Terrifier 2 because it has a little bit of a story. Terrifier 3 was like, I didn't hate it, but it was like kind of like went backwards in my opinion.
I wanted Damien Leone. He did the effects on this too, so that could be another reason why you get the feeling. Which I mean, I know they're a team anyway, but
yeah. So I don't. So he did the effects on this one. So and he did a great job. Like the thing is, to compare it to Terrifier, which again I like it because as an entity that fits under subgenre of gore porn. It's not a great movie. There's no story to it. It's stuff like that. So like. I can respect the gore and the special effects, though. With that being said, Stream has a really good story. It's very cool. It has some very cool characters leading and within that story. Great villains. Great, like everything's really good. Like the acting for the family. Well, really for the dad, the main star of the movie. It was just kind of. It was hard for him to keep up with some of these other really seasoned actors, in my opinion. He did a good job, don't get me wrong, but like it was just like you're putting him up to a caliber of actors who've been doing this for 40 years, and he's the lead. I was like, he needs to lead. That's the point. And it just wasn't a commanding performance. So I say all of that just to say the biggest flaw in this movie is all the goddamn cameos. I was like, take them out. Please let me just enjoy the story you're building. That's what I want. I want the story, and all these cameos are taking me out. You save these celebrities for the sequel,
Yeah. Or, I mean, make them more than just like... It didn't bother me too much, but I do get what you mean. But it's like either that or just take a good chunk of them out, sprinkle a few in here, but have them be more... involved in the story rather than being victims or a part of this whole game instead of just kind of just jumping out like how Felissa Rose, she jumped and yelled, which wasn't a bad thing, I guess, but you had a lot of them in here.
But okay, if I could just cut you off on that one because I was going to bring up that point and then let you finish. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to say
you're good.
But to me, as like and I know I'm more, I'm out of the game with like 15 years. So like, but like to me, that's a time. And as a movie fan, I say this too. That's a time you use a young actress who's trying to make her way, like show her chops of getting killed and screaming and stuff like that. You using this cameo, and then you use Felissa Rose if there's a sequel, or you have another project, because that would be awesome. Now you have, and it's going to happen because all of these sort of horror indie projects right now that are sort of, I don't want to say they're low budget, because like this isn't low budget, but it's comparatively to like The Conjuring or something. You know what I mean? It's not a mainstream movie. It's very indie. So I say that with, they're reusing a lot of these actors in sequels, or making up reasons they didn't die in the first one or whatever. And it's like, that's so cheap. Just save them. Write scripts that they can get around, that have not woman gets screamed and she gets paid, but has like Felissa Rose acts in this, and she has a real meaty, chunky part she could take a bite out of and act, and let newer actors come up doing those parts.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I would actually, yes, that makes a lot of sense, because it gives them that time just to get seen with bigger actors and actresses on that level. No disrespect, but just on the indie scene, which is a dope thing. It's a beautiful thing, actually.
That's how you get your foot in the door. Say, hey, I was in this movie with this person, and it's, and when you go to Hollywood and you want to show them these reels and stuff, like that has chops, that has some. Being in a movie with Tony Todd and Jeffrey Combs and all these actors, yes, but being in a movie with all of these actors, this isn't Valentine's Day or New Year's Eve. This is a horror movie where you have a clear, distinct story. That again is good, and I'm enjoying this, but you keep taking me out by adding this ensemble cast of just celebrities that are there.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the pointless part. That's its biggest problem for me. If you took all of them out and really just kept to the story and let me focus on these people, and every once in a while there's a celebrity there, or somebody like Jeffrey Combs, to me enough made me want to watch this movie. And he's in the movie.
Yeah. Big part. He's the main villain, dude. Yeah.
So it's David, actually, was David Howard Thornton who played Art the Clown. That's how, have that self-confidence within yourself as a filmmaker too, that you built up a movie that David Howard Thornton played Art the Clown. I've never heard him say a word. And I saw he was in this, and I'm like, yeah, I want to watch this. I liked him in Terrifier, and I want to see what he does in a new role. You have made a celebrity out of this dude already. Yeah. You have a film fan wanting to watch it for this guy who may not be on a level of like a Jeffrey Combs, because his career hasn't been that long comparatively, but he's definitely on a level now. He's celebrity, and he attracts me to watching a movie. But when I see 25 names, I start thinking like, well, how are you gonna fit all this in there and make this movie good? Like Valentine's Day or New Year's Eve, on all those ensemble casts that just aren't that good.
Yeah,
I had to rant about it a little bit.
No. So your thing about having use a young actress instead. Do you think they should have had the daughter a bigger part? Because she was young. I don't know her name. I can't recall if I seen her in other shit. I probably did, but I can't recall.
You know what I liked about this movie? And I'm pulling up just a thing.
I have an answer for that question, James.
Oh yeah, sorry, you go ahead.
I say no because of the way it ended with her brother, and her father. So her being oblivious to all that, her being away from everything and oblivious. Even though I feel like it's tough to say, because her brother did look scared. I was gonna say, even though I feel like she could have kind of
she overdid the rebellious teen act. It was way overboard. Like, oh my god, don't want to do nothing, keep sneaking out. Like,
but that's the thing. Like, that's what added the drama to it. The father having to go and find her. Then
I'm gonna say this, James. Well, no, you grew up with a bunch of sisters. You know how their attitudes can be.
Yeah, but to me, that was over the top. Like, the acting was over the top for her. I'm like, okay, I get your rebelling and everything. Especially in the beginning when she comes back with her cop and she goes, "It's no big deal." I'm like, okay, bitch, you got dragged by cops. You know it's a big deal. You're overdoing this shit. They're making this.
Yeah, that
overdoing
was
it.
unbelievable. Like she's not gonna say fuck you to a cop, and like they're like,
I know.
all right,
Exactly.
she's
I'm
going
like,
to jail, dude.
Yeah.
Again, like it was just too many, and
Yeah.
but that's just me. Like I'm not saying that I understand needing celebrities, especially the lower the budget,
You want to get that.
the more celebrities going to be brought in. But
Yeah.
if you don't write special parts for them to be in your movie, like, oh, we look over here and there's a janitor and he's drunk or whatever, or something, like it's write them apart then. Make sure they have a part, and that part needs to be there. If it doesn't need to be there and it's useless to the story, get rid of it. It doesn't matter. Think about it for the sequel or another movie and start writing. You can write for an actor too. I'm not against that. I'm not saying like you can write for Tim Reed as the cop. Say, I'd really like Tim Reed, but what's his mannerisms? That's a good way to write, in my opinion, especially if you're going to direct. Or you are close with whoever wrote it. This threw me off because it's like they did it right with Danielle Harris. She's the wife, but again, that was where the flaw was with the husband. Like it was like she's too strong of an actor against him, and it's and much younger in a weird way. It seems like, because I guess it might have been.
She did look really way younger.
And it's nothing against him. They might be around the same age. I don't know how old he was, but he had lighter, like grayish hair, and so it immediately sticks out as older. Now, is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. But when you have a 17, 18-year-old daughter, you're like, oh, well, I mean, it just seems weird. It just seems like a weird scenario. You know what I mean? But that's just picking. That's splitting hairs. I mean, it's not worth even getting into.
Yeah,
I don't know why I brought it.
I'll say going back to what you were saying though about how using the actors and actresses more, as far as the celebrities, more either use them in an important role or something, or don't use them at all. Use them for a sequel or a sequel down the road, or just a completely different film, and switching them out with the younger actors, up and coming actors and actresses, because it's a lot of those parts where you're seeing them celebrities in there where they have like one or two lines, if that, or just screaming or yelling or just something to where it's almost like there's times it's cool to see that here and there, I guess, but it is being overdone across the indie scene. But I love it when you get to see like that new actor or actress, because I'm a person who loves, which I'm sure you guys are both the same way. Like for horror, just because we're speaking horror, for horror films, like say if somebody dies in a scene, I want to see the emotion, or if somebody's scared, whatever it is, I want to see that emotion in their face. And I want to see that from somebody, you know what I mean? From somebody, from like an up-and-comer actor or actress to maybe, oh shit, I want to start following this person's career now because because of this simple thing or this, that, and the third. It's, I still enjoyed this movie though, but.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I think criticizing these things are good though, because we're not, it's nitty gritty of like, but that's the thing. When you add this many celebrities, there are new, fresh faces and fresh actors in here. But when you add this many celebrities that are just kind of doing their thing, and some of them seem out of place, you are taking away from those smaller actors. Case in point, shadow puppets. My point is, though, like you have Tony Todd there, and then you have you have James Marsters. Just shut up. You have James Marsters there, and he is a good actor.
He sucked in that movie. So his hair.
And you have Jolene Blalock, but like I like Jolene Blalock, but she is not as strong of an actor as James Marsters or Tony Todd. So when you put her right next to him, they're going to overshadow. So if that's happening with celebrities, known celebrities that are a draw to this movie, what do you think with these other people who you have no idea who they are? This is like their first movie.
And honestly, the only celebrity they really needed for this movie is Tony Todd. I do wish he was in it more. And I think it's more so now because he's gone, unfortunately, versus like if he was still here, because I mean, again, spoiler alert, but how it ends. And then you're like, oh, this
character was pretty cool at the end. He looked like he was like a leading mob boss.
Yeah,
and he was going to be more evil than the guy, the guy
more
cynical thing.
But he was going to be like the new lead. It was looking like for this whole game. And his voice alone just imagine just hearing his voice alone through this. Oh man,
through the speakers telling you the
yeah,
rules and
like
shit.
as he's telling the rules or this, that, and, all that. It was just been so amazing and just so sinister in a way, just by his voice, not even with him doing anything, but just the way he can, the way he can, the way he can, the way he talks, the way he sounds, and then like that kind of chill he can put up your spine just by that shit, just by just saying a few words, and then that's it, and some crazy riddles and all that other shit that he'll do, or some, what he does, or that smooth shit he does, like when he's talking to Helen in the what you call it. So I got my wife did the same shit. I just wasn't wearing that ugly ass coat.
No.
Listen, I said that. I've been saying that since day one. I never liked that jacket, but I'd rock it now. I would. We'll see what I do for Halloween.
All right, character-wise, the cop. I'm like, okay, he's a retired cop. He was hesitating shooting people. I'm like, okay, something happened to him in the forest where he can't shoot a gun anymore or some shit. Then all of a sudden, and during the movie, he did a switch up. He said, fuck you to the father. And he went to find the room and put his name in the game. Like, what the fuck is that? I was like, wait a minute. I had to think
didn't
for a
mind
second. It just went down.
What was funny is when that scene popped, like when you first meet him, or maybe it was a little bit after, my wife was like, I don't trust him. She's like, he's the only black guy in the movie. I hope he's not bad, but I don't trust him.
I don't trust him. He says he's a cop. I think the badge is fake.
And you see that he's a part of the game as well, or enters
I
the
get
game.
it. He's like an older gentleman, so he's going around. He's acting the age. I get it. Like going through it, he's like, oh, he can't really put up a fight no more. Like he was getting his fucking ass kicked, like thrown around.
Yeah.
But then I was like, okay, he's not part of this. He's a guy. He's getting attacked by these killers. But then all of a sudden he goes, see you later. And he goes to the fucking room and puts his name in like he's part of the fucking game. I'm like, wait, what the fuck just happened? Was he a secret character? Just popped out? I was like, Jesus Christ. But then he's in the game and I'm going to win it. Then the fucking main guy's just sitting in the chair. Man, that is that's seen that in multiple movies where the villain is like covered. You think he's dead or something in a chair and they just pop up out of the fucking chair. And by the way, I always loved that the mask with the fucking the Z's type mask.
Yeah.
Called. I like that.
Yeah, they're
I forgot what they're called.
Chad was good. Make sure you guys go follow
right?
the Video Store Clerks. But I appreciate you stopping in, my friend. Appreciate you stopping in.
Doctor or something. Oh,
something.
But that mask is pretty bad. Plague Doctor. That's it. They're pretty cool, and I like the look because it's just not the mask. Usually they wear like black, like something like
long garbs.
Long garbs. I'm like that shit. That look is. Imagine a group of those motherfuckers make a horror movie. It's just a group of plague doctors.
Yo, speaking of that, and that mask, I love how it ended with Tony Todd walking away with like the mask facing backwards and the eyes around the eyes lit up in blue. I was like, that was just so dope. And then that night too. That was so. I just had to bring that.
Like they were gonna go into the hospital next. Yeah, I dug that.
Yeah, the hospital would be crazy because there's a lot of people in the hospital, so that would be like a bloodbath if there's part 2.
Yeah, it depends because I want to say this right now, right? Horror movie hospitals are so hilarious because there's only like 2 people
5
in
patients.
there.
5 patients.
I'm like, yo,
all the halls are empty.
How is this even possible? I've been to the hospital at all different times of day and night. That shit is never empty. There's never just 2 people. There's never just 2 people there.
I think that's why a lot of horror movies use like mental hospitals because when it's locked down at night, they're in bed and quiet, and the halls are like empty.
It's not as you have less staff, but that's different. But you know what I mean? Like
a hospital's a lot of people, lots of people.
Yeah, all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So part 2 will be if they're coming out with part 2 and it's taking place in a hospital, it's going to be a gore fest if they actually have a lot of people in there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we'll not have Tony Todd this time around.
Yeah, I know that sucks because that would have
been cool.
It would have been cool as he's the main dude this time.
Yeah.
Speaking of the end, so that was the end. The ending I did not like. I did not like the girl stabbing the father in the back because she thought it was a bad guy.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
that's
for one, they go out there. Here's the thing about movies. I get it's a movie. A family member dies, mother dies, or something. They're just sitting in the back of the ambulance, no crying, nothing. They're just sitting there
That's
chilling.
trauma, dude. You don't know.
For one, that's what I was bringing up. This is trauma. That boy is never going to forgive his sister for killing the father.
I don't know. She could. She could because like he can see it as like you didn't know and we were being attacked and you thought I was in trouble. You were trying to save me. It sucks. Yeah, I'm more worried about like if you're going to be worried about the kids, be worried about the daughter. First of all, they both lost their mom in a horrific way. Both found her in that way. Like, and you know what? You know what really bugged me about this movie is the kid looks like mine.
Oh shit!
And it hit because I was and congrats to Michael Levy because like I did rant about the cameos. I want to praise a little bit. I had visceral reactions to this, like when they were coming after the kids and I was like, I just want to be there. Like it wasn't even like I wish she'll be okay. I was like, put me in, coach.
Yeah.
Like I saw this and I'm like, put me in. I will be Art the Clown tonight. Like someone's getting a chainsaw up the ass and I'm doing it to save those kids.
Where that kid should have died. By the way, that guy did an announcement. All basically players meet up. They never met up. What the hell did he talk about? They just bypassed that. Because it went right to
No, because by then number 2 had killed the French dude and he thought that he killed the daughter with this thing. So then he was like, "There's only one guy left. There's only the kid left. Go find him or whatever." He was like, "Oh,
no, that was afterwards." Because the player that got number 1 had the kid against a wall. He was about to stab him in the chest. Then he just lets him go because the announcement came up. It was like a timeout. Timeout.
That's when the announcement came up for them to all go up and do something, and then some other shit went down in between that.
Oh, it was the intruder or something. The alarm went off like intruder alert.
Go check on something. I forget what it was.
Something like that, yeah.
But it was.
I don't know.
It is a long movie and a lot happens in it.
Yeah,
it's worth it though.
I was waiting for him to stab the kid through the chest because he wasn't doing nothing. I thought he was going to like hack. He hacked the system. I was like, oh, here you go. He's going to save the day. He's going to be like a walking. Go. I had camera 3. They're run this way or something. No, he just hacked it. The guy talked to him. The next you know, he's in the movie just running around. I'm like fucking useless.
I would like to just say as sort of and I realize that when I say this, I'm trying to give advice to people. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you are standing toe to toe with somebody either hooded or in a mask, like knowing they're going to try and come after, they are coming at you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. One of those, like this isn't a suspected, this is a fight or flight moment. Mm-hmm. And you choose fight, you'd better be ready to kill. Like, exactly. I'm telling you right now, this isn't a we have to go save. Mm-hmm. If we're in this situation and I have to leave that room, it isn't to just save. My way of saving is I am going through, I'm finding. There is now I am on the hunt, is what I'm saying. I'm going to find them.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And then the thing too is it's like it's a tough situation too, because it's like, do you leave your kid like, listen, stay here, lock the doors, like you said, stay the fuck here.
No, then it's bait. I'm here. Come get me. My daughter's never leaving my side. If we're on this thing and these French guys, fuck you. Get in the room.
Exactly.
My eyes on you the entire time.
I agree. I say that too.
Not to be mean, but in this situation where she is actively being a dick and trying to get out.
Well, you got to remember though, she by the time all this shit went down, she had.
I don't just say fuck you to kid. You know what I mean? Like this is where you're.
But by the time all that shit went down, she had already snuck out. So it wasn't like it would have been different.
Not in a bar.
Oh.
By the time I'm at the bar and I clock these guys, or like the mom clocks these guys, like we're in agreement. Like she's up, she's coming up, and the second she's in that room, you're here.
Yep, you're locked down. Yep.
We're good. And then I'm bait. And then when I find out what's happening, oh, bets are off. Better be all of you by that point.
Yeah. But it just,
I agree.
If I can't get out, I'm bait.
you know what it was too for me. One thing that not got me, but like was how the daughter. So we're going back to the whole beer thing, right? In the beginning, gets taken home by the police, right? Then they go to the hotel thing the next day, and then the daughter has her fake ID and gets beer, and her mother just sitting with her drinking it like there's nothing wrong with that. I'm like,
No, because she was
so
trying to compromise.
fuck
So she was
compromise.
like, I'm gonna let you side with this beer. Can you just please act normal and enjoy yourself for your father's sake and your brother? So they made like a little deal in a way. But she didn't follow the fucking deal. One
She
second,
didn't.
they fall asleep. She's like, fuck you, mom. I'm out.
Yep. Which
And
the
they don't
crazy
explain
thing
what
is,
her
though,
problem is. I thought she had some trauma. They're going to explain it. Why did they explain why she's acting this way?
because she's a teenager.
Now, there's always a reason that you rebel like that.
Of course, I mean, there's a reason that she's rebelling, but there's times where you're a teenager and you want to just do shit, so your parents keep telling you no, so you just go fucking go and do it anyway, and suffer the consequences later on.
It's like she's doing it just to do it, just to piss off her father, basically.
Again, it could be one of those
why?
things,
What did he do?
or
Is
it could be a jealousy thing with her younger brother. It could be, who knows? But I mean, I don't know.
She bothered me.
Here's how it goes down. If she leaves and there are killers out there and I have my wife and my son, I hope she survives. It's a War of the Worlds type of scenario. Remember, he's got to save the daughter. You left. I hope you survive. If I can save you, I will. But right now, I have to save the people who are in front of me.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not going to leave them in search.
And you do not hesitate.
Or we all go or something. And for one, so the cop had the gun, gave it to the father. If they just sat back, because they're the only ones that had a gun, just waited till the other killers come to him and just shot each one in the freaking head, the movie would end really quick.
They tried that in The Strangers. Didn't go well.
But there's that too, and then there's also, I mean, again, he was going to try to find his son to save his son, so they couldn't just sit back.
But after you shoot the first person, they're going to think of another plan. And they have a lot of people in that hotel they can use. Yeah. And then you're going to have guilt come in and stuff like that. Like, so if it's if I have my family and I realize now it's like, I'm sorry, like she's gone, I have to make that sure they're safe. We might move. I am taking out every camera on the way.
Oh, yeah.
And make them come to me. You know,
first off, why did they do that? Because that's how they're finding them.
Because they needed the cameras for the movie.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, like, no, because I would have thought the same way as you. That motherfuckers would see us, and I would have remembered us coming in. That the dude was putting a camera in the ceiling. Yep. I was like, it's the fucking cameras. I would have took them out. Yeah. If I was in this scenario, even though I'm a liar, I'm a coward. I'd be probably on my bed crying that I'm going to die.
What floor of the hotel are you on?
I'll say this, James. I feel like in that situation, because I know how I am. Like, I could say the same thing, but if it's my loved ones involved, I don't think of myself.
No, I know. You snap into action. The thing is, there's so many weapons. Right? No one found a weapon. I would have broke a desk, grabbed the fucking leg off the desk or something.
Yeah, that is like once you know it's going down, it's like
you gotta get a weapon.
Something. Yeah.
Even the big dude got a weapon. He ripped the pipe off the wall.
And the father.
Like, I'm going to use this.
Here's I understand the father. Just because, but let's say the movie goes the way it goes, whatever. We have to keep it that way. Why didn't the father leave the kid with some sort of weapon, some sort of protection?
He left him with the earphones on, watching his thing.
So he can't even hear. Yeah, someone coming in the room or something.
Like I would have put him in a corner and put a blanket over him, and just been like, just sit here. Mm-hmm. If you have to leave, put a chair in front of him. Say, sit here, don't make noises, don't move, leave one out.
I would have said go under the bed or something.
I would have said, I wouldn't, because the first place they're going to check is under the bed. But if it's a dark room.
Well, if he's sitting on the bed, I think peekaboo. I see you.
I didn't say peekaboo. I said you put him in a corner of the room. You know, even if it's like kind of like away, you put it like a chair in front of it, like station a chair in front of it, and put a blanket over him. Yeah. It's like, you know, something like that, something to at least deter for a few seconds or something, or maybe get away with it. First of all, you're not going to leave your kid like that.
No. That's the thing
One.
right there. It's like,
But like, and when I say this, I'm not trying to be tough guy. Like, oh, I would just wreck out. That's not. I might die. I'll probably will.
Probably will die. Yeah.
But like, you got to do something.
Go out fighting though. Exactly. I'm gonna go out fighting. Exactly.
You got to do something,
Yeah,
and
you
I'm going to
definitely
try and
can't
take as many of them out as I can.
in that situation, you definitely can't just sit there, not for too long. Once you know what's going on, it's like, all right, we got.
Yeah, I mean, you're bait, and like, if it's one thing, if you are bait, if you're trying to be bait, but if you don't have to be, you can like try and get out, sneak out, do whatever you got to do. It, you know.
Which, how did the daughter and the one dude, the French dude, they both got out and came back in?
They went to the
so
roof.
here's the thing: every door was on lockdown, but magically the roof doors open. And they go out there and they go down.
Well, they went out before. They went out before the lockdown, but coming back in.
I thought it was locked. Oh yeah, they came back in the same way.
They climbed down the side and left.
What did I say that again? No, when they came back though. When they came back though, remember when they came back?
They turned off the alarm, so they entered.
They turned off the alarm so they could enter. They were like, players are back in the game.
Okay.
Oh, I thought because they got in and it tripped something, the alarm went off. I didn't know.
Oh, maybe they did get in. I thought for some reason they unlocked it.
Yeah, because the alarm went off, and then I guess they figured out that the two guys.
That's how the kid got survived. The killer just let the kid go because they had to go meet up.
That's what it was. Yeah. Dude.
So
I'm wondering, I saw that big dude hold that kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to pop your fucking head like a cherry. That's it. I just want to fucking pop your head like a cherry.
I knew the kid was going to survive, but if this was a movie that was going to kill a kid, I was expecting him like break him like Bane with Batman over the knee or something.
These fucking Terrifier guys are brilliant. They got me with it because I'm like, I don't know who's going to survive.
you know what it is too? You've seen this after seeing Terrifier 3 and the beginning of the movie and the mall scene.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know they will take it there. And I'm not...
They will take it there.
Well, they may not. I don't know if these filmmakers they'll go far, but I don't know if they will go that far. Some won't. I wouldn't if I'm making a movie. But that's a personal preference.
I see me. If it made sense for the story, I would.
Some people consider it like taboo if they show
it. Wouldn't be one of those things where I'm doing it as like a shock thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it'd be something that's like a part of the story to where, because when I would do it, I would want it to affect it to the point of where it pisses you off in the sense of, like for me, the original Speak No Evil. I like that. We've had this discussion. I like that one better because of the emotion that it brought out. Where it's just like, it made you hate everybody in the movie besides the children. Like literally, the parents that were doing the shit and the parents that were letting it happen the whole fucking time.
Yeah,
that's another one. These two movies brought out that type of visceral reaction in me that was like,
which
I want to murder everybody here because they're all bad people, like the bad one. You know what I mean? Like, and that is an effective thing. And if I could just interject one thing about that is, if you are going to make a low budget film where you can get some seasoned celebrities in it, write a film where those seasoned celebrities are the villains, and then make the good guys your newer actors.
Oh, there you go.
Like a Mark Hamill versus a Darth Vader with James Earl Jones' voice and David Prowse's act. You know, it's this young guy who is shining next to this great villain.
Yeah.
You know, but also like Obi-Wan's there. You can have those like elder statesmen that guide too, but get these newer actors in these roles where they're starting out as the final girls, so to speak. You know, it can be any gender now, but like the final person in the movie. Do that with the newer actors. Let them shine through their screams and their terror and the real acting, versus the actors who can come on here and just command as a villain.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
That and they did it with this a bit because Jeffrey Combs chews up every bit of scenery, and those kids are doing better for it. But it's a lot of celebrities taken away from that. You know. Again, speaking of praise for it though, very good. I really did enjoy this movie.
No, I like this movie a lot.
Killers, I like how they didn't talk. Like it was one of the rules.
I like that too. But it makes sense though, because I'm assuming Well, I mean, shit, you don't know their voices.
Yeah, don't
I
know
mean,
what they
I'm
look
just saying, you
like.
don't know their voices,
I
they
thought
look
they were
like
going to take the
them.
mask off at some point. No, even when they died, like you don't know who the hell they are. Like the brother and sister tag team were playing
Yeah.
tic-tac-toe on the one dude's chest.
I loved
That was pretty
scene.
wild.
I love
That
like,
was
damn.
so crazy, dude.
And
I was like,
what I was gonna
wow.
say, this, I know we've been having these, especially me and you, Mick, and shout out to my followers on TikTok. I can't remember your names exactly, but you should be following me here too. Hopefully, I got to start promoting that more. But with these long ass movies that are like 2 like literally, which actually I had somebody watch Treevenge and they said they're obsessed with it off the first watch, which is
So
awesome.
good.
Tree
Proud of
bench.
myself.
Oh my god. I
So
remember
good.
first
Yeah.
time watching that. I couldn't believe
Don't
that
spoil
shit.
the stomp, James. Don't
I'm not
spoil
going.
it.
I'm not
You
going.
haven't
But
seen Treevenge.
it was so awesome. I did not expect
Yeah.
it.
That I
Love it.
forgot all about that. That's something I'll be watching every year around this time. But
Oh,
listen,
I gotta watch that again too.
if you've never seen the short film Treevenge, it is on YouTube. It's only 16
Jesus
minutes.
Christ.
Watch
So
it.
good.
It's so
And
good. It's
It's
fucked
such a,
up.
it's I laughed through the whole thing, and
I
some of
did
you may
too,
judge me
because
for
it
that.
was a shock that I did not expect, and it
Some
made
of
me
you may
laugh.
judge me for it, but hey, but no, which man, go check out Treevenge, people. Go check out
So
Treevenge.
good. I
It
love
is
it.
so good. But no, what I was getting at though was like, this didn't feel like a 2-hour movie to me. Like it didn't feel like a long movie. For some, it may have, but for me, it really did not feel like a long movie because there was so much going on all the time.
Yeah, it went by pretty quick. Yeah, because it was like nonstop.
I
It was like a
agree
couple
to a
parts where they're
point.
talking to the kids and shit, the father and the wife.
I'm not
But
saying it
then
needed to be 2 hours because I'm sure there was a lot of things they could have cut out. A lot of the dialogue, a lot of the kind of scenes where it was like they were looking for him, but it wasn't really like an intense chase scene. They kind of cut it down some.
Mhm.
But again, I don't really have huge complaints about it being. It didn't have to, but I'm not mad. It was like,
Yeah, it could have been cut. And my problem with it is that it could have been cut down and better, in my opinion, which is
Yeah.
the sake with a lot of these. They just go too long for the sake of being long because they can't cut their story out. And it's like, we need you to cut your story down a little bit here.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm saying that is because if you cut these cameos out you didn't need, or these jammed in characters you didn't need, and fleshed out the ones you did, you'd have at most probably an hour and 40-minute movie here that is tight and works.
Mhm.
Those kills are gonna, and that's what people don't get, especially in the editing. You know, like, it's well edited. I'm not taking away from the edit, but the edits between those kills, like when you watch a movie and somebody says something in a scene, and then immediately it cuts to either that character they're talking about, or it alludes to something that they are talking about in the very next scene, or they say something and then something ironic happens, like, and that could never happen to him, and then in the next scene he breaks his leg in a freak accident or some shit like that. You know, it's pacing. And when you add little things in between these kills that are effective, and then where you okay, the mom gets killed and you immediately cut to the kid, right? That would be insane. Or one of the kids, even the husband too, but the kids would have landed it. It's gonna hit harder because now you're thinking about them. Instead, you cut to the next cameo or celebrity that's around. It's like, well, I've already forgot the mom died.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like you're not pacing. You're doing yourself a disservice and your story a disservice and your editors a disservice. I'm sorry, when it's like this. I keep badgering on it, and I'm so sorry about that because I do like this movie, but like it's almost like something I see as a recurring trend so much in movies now, and it's taking away from really good movies, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and
I
there's
agree.
nothing
Like
wrong
I
with
said,
that.
this story preference was awesome.
Agreed. It was dope. And I agree with you, James. The acting wasn't the greatest, but it's an indie film, so it wasn't terrible either. It wasn't like, oh my god,
No,
this
it
is
wasn't
god.
terrible. But it was
Again-
mainly the daughter I didn't like for some reason. I just did not like her.
I didn't mind her.
I
And
did
I
not
mean,
like her.
eye because I'm not being
The eye
disrespectful.
rolls and everything. I think because it reminded me of my cousin when she was younger, and I wanted to choke her out.
So that right there. Hang on, hold on to that. That right there should be a reason why you may like the movie a little more because it brought out that emotion. Me going back to like the Speak No Evil, what happened is because it bothered me and angered me so much as far as what happened that I'm just like, I love it. As far as
if that's the case, I would like Blood Lake. Because
That's
that
different.
thing, I wanted to fucking murder people and burn houses.
Because that was just a terrible, horrible movie. No story, no plot, no nothing. But this story made me. What I mean by that, James, is like this story. I guess I get what you're saying. The daughter annoyed you, but her attitude annoyed you. But it made you remind you of your annoying little cousin. So that it brought that out. Like, this is my annoying little cousin for me. And then for like Speak No Evil, it angered me for what happened to those kids, and then how the parents aren't protecting them. Versus the other one where it wasn't a happy ending, but it was a happier ending. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Out of the two, and I'm like, I always like that one, because that one always brings it out more, depending on the story. If it fits.
Also, I wish they involved her more. Like, she escaped. She was out going to a concert. She was gone for hours. And the father, I understand that's part of the story because he's looking for the daughter and he can't find her because she's not even in the fucking building.
You feel like she should have been back a little sooner?
She should have been back sooner or been part of like the chasing around, helping the brother. Like, she sees him and run something.
Yeah, but
she's like in the movie.
Her helping the brother, she couldn't.
Go make them have sex. I know it's an old convention or an old trope that you can throw in.
I
there.
thought it was going to happen actually. Until they said, "Let's get out of here."
Make her have sex in the room. If you don't want her on screen for that while, but you want her to remain in, and then rewrite that story where the alarm goes off and then figure it out. Like, now she's in the hotel. Now it's this big thing of like, my wife's over here, my kid's over here, my daughter's over here, you know, and it's all over the place. It's like, it could have been a lot more contained, but it does. James, stop taking away from this movie.
I can't help it. The shit just stuck out to me, but everything else was good. Because I sat there, I was watching, I was like, this is a good storyline. But then little things started popping out at me. Like I said, the kid is useless in this movie.
The little boy? Not at all.
But that's okay.
My opinion. I thought he was going to be a bigger part. Because they had him like he was smart, helping the father with tech. I was like, oh, this fucking kid's going to do something cool.
You're right. He could have been utilized better, and that's the thing. And he was meant to be there and to be the young kid that's like in the way of all of this demise that scares the audience. And I think it was effective. But I think I don't mind him not doing that much because there were so many other people in this doing so many other things.
Mm.
So I was like, I'm kind of cool. Like, when we cut back to him, at least it's kind of chill for a moment.
Mm.
You know, or like there's he's a part of the story. You know what I mean? It keeps coming back to those goddamn cameos, but I'm serious. Like, it's because I don't like when if all those cameos during this good movie felt like a pee break. Like, I don't want to keep going on this pee break. I want to watch the movie.
I get
it.
That's
good. That's good. That's a good
analogy. That's a good analogy right there. I like that.
Pee
breaks. Even though, again, they didn't bother me too much, but I do agree. I would rather see your up and comers just so other people can get opportunities.
Yeah.
And then, like,
did this movie remind you of another movie?
Villains.
It was stuck in the back of my head. I couldn't fucking think of it. Like the story, like how the story is. Like, they're hunting people and it's being video live streamed.
Oh yeah, Slashers for me, which I think is just as good of a movie in my opinion, and Sturdy should watch on the show.
Slashers, I didn't see that, but I know it was in a hotel. It was like on a beach. It was at like a resort, right?
So I can't remember, but it reminded me of I was like, I seen something like this, and I could not get the fucking movie.
I don't know. I feel like I know what you're talking about, and
I
think
there's movies that
there's quite a few
hotels and killers. Like, it goes back to Bogart.
But I feel like but I'm saying though, there's a specific one that I know James is thinking of, and I feel like I know I'm thinking of the same exact one. Don't remember the title, but I believe it was on like a desert. It was on like one of those things, not a deserted island, but it was on like one of those islands. I think the movie cover looked cool. Where they go, let's just fucking check it out. The movie
like a resort or something.
Yeah, the movie sucked. Whatever the hell it was, it was bad. It didn't do it as good as this. It did not do it as good as this.
I just wish I could fucking remember what it was, but it was just watching through this whole thing. I was like. It just kept popping up here and there. Like this was reminding me of a fucking movie, and I can't.
I think it was more so than being trapped in there and what was going on. I forgot what exactly was going on.
It was mainly the trap, the hunting, and the live stream, because there was like, and I'm not talking like battle royale, because that was they were streaming that.
That was way.
That's totally different. But there was like a more recent movie than that. I don't know when it came out. Could have been the 2010s or whatever. I've seen it. I don't even know. But it was like there was like people getting hunted down, and it was being live streamed. Situation.
Deadstream. No, that was
no. Wait.
Deadstream was more. He was in a haunted house.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. I'm not figuring it out on the air.
It'll come to me one time. One of these days.
I know we reviewed it. It's something island or something. There's a cool like island skull on the movie cover. I believe it's like a bluish color. And
Fantasy
you're getting it from like,
Island?
no, it's not Fantasy Island. And you're getting it from like an area because I've been looking at the Fantasy Island poster. It's not that, because the Fantasy Island poster, you're seeing the skull, it's like standing. But in the other thing, you're seeing it from like, if you're looking down at a helicopter and you're seeing it like in the island. You know what I mean?
No.
But
like in the sand, like the island shape, it's a skull type situation.
Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. He's just being a Mick hole. I'm just
a Mick hole. Fucking Mick hole.
It works. That's how I start censoring myself. I have to say stuff to Mick like that.
All right, listen.
Too much. But I want to go back to what you guys were saying about like picking the movie apart. And then saying like I hate doing that, but it's a great thing because one, it brings up great conversations, and two, nothing's fucking perfect. Even things we love aren't perfect. Like I know you guys love me.
No, I agree. They're not perfect. It's just I just seen like they should have had less stuff I didn't like. There was too many popping out. I was like, come on. But I'm going to keep my score 5-5. I mean, the storyline I liked and the kills were the main reason why it's a 5-5. That was like all my points.
I don't regret my 8. I really did enjoy this, and I would definitely watch this again. This was a good time. This is a really good time for me.
Yeah, I watched it twice now. I'm sure I'll watch it again.
Oh yeah, fair.
Just please, if you make the sequel, either have the celebrities in pivotal roles or just don't have them.
I agree.
You know, that's my only.
Or like you said, have them as the villains or something.
I would definitely say if I'm gonna have them and have them in pivotal roles, put them in a villain role.
Because I mean, it's still the
work for this.
Yeah,
it really does. Like David Howard Thornton works because he is a mime. Mm-hmm. You know, so like you can make the good guys, celebrities, but again, like I feel like you're kind of just mix it in more. Like I didn't mind the dad not being a celebrity. I didn't mind the daughter or the son. That worked for me. Danielle Harris kind of threw it off because there was an acting disparity.
She's too,
and it's noticeable. So make the whole family. Yeah, first, I mean, just me personally as a director. I shouldn't say first, but like me personally as a director, if I'm directing this family, I'm picking actors who are new, or because if you pick celebrities, you have to work on their time. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to want this cast to get together, maybe have dinner together at a restaurant with me. We'll talk about the dynamics of the
act family. Like a family, get used to it.
Get them going, really because then I'm going to have them go to art direction if there's any pictures that need to be made for like around the house or whatever, just any type of little stuff. So but this is all bonding time. Mm-hmm. You take this time to really bond your this family together, make them a core. So when they're on screen saying these, or they're feeling, now they actually have emotion and they can draw on that emotion of my daughter's gone and my family's not safe and I'm the one who has to do it and I'm not strong enough, and like just this whole thing. And then keep Tim Reed, who is a celebrity and a good actor, as the cop. Mm-hmm. Fine. That's a celebrity I didn't mind. And then there's others that were also sprinkled in. But like keep your core something that you can really work with and delve in deep with. And that was like the biggest thing, I think, like the family dynamic in this, was clear disparity. I didn't care about the family. I cared about the kids getting hurt.
True.
And more so the little kid, like I didn't want the little kid to get hurt because the daughter had already left and had been gone,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I harped on that a lot and I feel bad because I do like this movie. I do endorse it and think people should watch it.
Yeah, no, I thought it was awesome. It was awesome. It's something that you should check out if you're a horror fan. I'm not saying if you're a horror fan, you're not a horror fan if you don't watch this, but if you're a horror fan and you enjoy slashers, I say check it out. If you enjoy
it's a little gory. The thing is, it's not the gore that I'm like, yeah, it's gory. I like the special ways of the kills, and they show
the special effects.
Yeah, I think that's the awesome part.
I love that. And again, the story wasn't bad. I just had a good time with this movie, man. I really had a good. It's just
No.
again,
I
slashers.
thought you went to the theater to see this one.
We were gonna, but I don't remember what happened. Or maybe it wasn't around us. I can't. I don't think it was close. That's what it was. I don't think it was close to us.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to go drive like 2 or 3 hours to watch a 2-hour movie.
Yeah. That's what's crazy about the indie movies. They're only like selected theaters.
It's
most of the time. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Terrifier.
There's never one near you.
I've been trying to watch Y2K.
Say that again.
I'm trying to watch Y2K and Werewolves, but like Werewolves is already out of theaters and I can't find it anywhere. And then
Did you try the special site?
No. But I just like I want to go see it because I really like Frank Grillo and I like Werewolves. But Y2K I really want to watch as well, the new horror comedy that's coming out, and that's still in theaters. But like tonight it's playing at 11:50. I can't go to a movie at 11:50. Like I would love to go to a movie at 11:50, but I can't go to a movie at 11:50 on a Thursday night.
No.
Yeah,
maybe you're 16 on a date and you're hoping
not,
to get
not even. That's something where like
28 or some shit.
Not even that. It's just so we're just like, listen. So me and the guys, we're gonna go to a movie at midnight. But
we would have to plan that for like 2 weeks.
I know.
No, shit.
Yeah, buy some energy drinks.
We would have to put the idea out there, but our wives would take it over and get it all planned and set, and probably even have it to where like, listen, you guys got to take a nap at this time, so when you get up, you can eat, do this and that. You won't fall asleep at the movies like you did last time.
You remember that period where Star Wars movies were coming out every year? Like 10 years ago or so, or whatever. And I had a group of friends every year on the midnight show. We had tickets and we would go. And it was fun. And so that lasted for like 3 or 4 movies.
There's no way.
And then you started getting tired. It started like,
exactly. There's no way I can do it. I'll fall asleep before I leave go to the theater.
I would love to even do that, even if it doesn't have to be midnight, but just with a group of friends, just doing that in general for whatever type of movie it is, even if it's something corny, just because it would be fun to do.
See, that's a perfect example. We talked about that many times. It's hard for me to do that. And you're going to try to get me to go at midnight? You're on correct.
Well, I mean, I think if like, let's say like we were all together and like Sturdy's like, let's go to see this movie at midnight, I would go. I would be tired. No, I would go. I would be like, all right, but again, you can't spring it on me in that day. You have to tell me.
No. If okay, let's just say we were all going to CFF next year, right? And say we all get down to the Carolinas around early enough, or we're staying long enough to where we have time to do something like that. Like, yo, guys, let's go see a movie. Fucking da. Rest up. Let's go see such and such at this time. Boom.
Okay, listen, guys. My old age is. You guys are talking about staying up late and everything, and I'm starting to.
You're younger than me.
Finally, by a few months.
You're both fucking tired.
But I'm still willing to do it. It's not about age.
Like, well, hey, I'm getting tired. I'm
getting tired too, but like I'll plan that day. Like,
it would something like that. I would never, if we were to ever do that. As a matter of fact, we should fucking set it. I mean, because we all live in different states. Well, we live in different places.
Sorry, we can't even all get on Sturdovision at midnight. Are you kidding me?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
We can.
You want to know why I think I have a problem with it now? I can't, because I don't nap. If I took a nap, it would be a different story, maybe. But I can't nap. When I was younger, didn't have to. Staying up all night gaming and shit. You're fucking just all the fucking junk food and the caffeine. You're like, woo, you know.
Apple Blossom Mall.
I can't do it now.
Oh, that's awesome. Last midnight show I went to was when Killing Joke came out. Apple Blossom Mall. Been a long time. I'm hoping they do a midnight show for Nosferatu.
Nice. I got to see that. A lot of people are saying it's an awesome movie if you like that style or some shit.
I like the Killing Joke. I thought it was good.
Oh, no, I'll talk about Nosferatu.
The Killing Joke.
The old one? Like, I respect the filmmaking in it.
I don't like the old one.
Did you see the new one?
Not yet.
No, it's not. The one either. Is it out?
Yeah, it's out.
I think it's Christmas. No, today was Sonic and Mufasa came out.
I thought maybe it was an early premiere. I thought Nosferatu was out already.
I know it's coming out. It will be playing on Christmas. I don't know if it's coming out on Christmas.
I gotta see that too. Fuck. I see Sonic. I was gonna try and see Sonic and Mufasa before tomorrow's reviews. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I gotta see. I want to see Sonic too because I already seen the first two.
They're so good.
They are good. They are good. That's It's rare having a video game as a good movie.
And we got 2 of the year. It was
Yeah.
Sonic and Super Mario that came out the same year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was so fucking awesome. I love that. I gotta watch that again. But so I did tell you guys that we are kicking off 2025 with the zombie movies,
Uh-oh.
and I have my pick. My wife actually said she wanted to watch the movie earlier. It came out this year. I've never seen it. You guys may have, but that's fine.
It came out this year, probably not.
What was it?
Outside.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that was a zombie movie.
Who chose this one?
17. The wife. She said because she was just like the other day. She was like, "I want to watch it. This new zombie movie on Netflix. I want to watch it." I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, in January, we're doing zombie movies, and January 1st, I was like, I gotta kick it off with something.
Look at the cover real quick. The second woman that's supposed to be a zombie, she looks like she's confused. She's like, "Where am I?"
Maybe she's not all the way
Zombies all look confused. True. That's how you play a zombie. As hallway zombie number 7 in I moved myself up a few numbers, I think. In the seminal film Zombies, Strippers versus Zombies.
Yes.
I realized that when I was walking down that hallway, smacking both walls as I was doing it, because zombies do that. I had to play the part in a way that would resonate with my. So confusion is the only thing I can go with. And that's the important part of it you need to take away whenever you're putting your soul into a part. If you notice, I got real good at saying nothing.
You see Mick's fucking 6'5" zombie coming at you. Jesus Christ.
In a San Francisco 49ers Jerry Rice jersey. That's my jersey I wore in that movie because I love Jerry Rice.
That's awesome.
So there you go, Sturdy. That's a fact I just remembered for you.
And
you can see the red jersey in it.
I gotta go back and watch it because I did see that movie.
Well,
I haven't. Because you did it for midnight showing, didn't you?
You can't see my face. You can see here in a mirror.
Okay.
You can see my arm like hitting the wall.
Okay.
We did that one. What was the other one? Like zombies versus strippers or something?
Zombies versus strippers was the other one because they were both made around the same time. One had Jenna Jameson, the other one didn't. Guess which one didn't? The one with hallway zombie numbers.
Didn't need hallway zombie number 7, or didn't need Jenna Jameson.
Wait until you see the zombie movie I picked for your show.
Oh Jesus!
Okay, I'm excited.
No, it's a good one.
Oh, okay,
I like
good.
Zombie movies.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this. I was like, Sturdy, I know what your favorite zombie movie is, but we already reviewed that. Don't cheat. Don't throw that on there again.
Yeah, that's no. I'm trying to. Yeah,
I thought about it because I was like, I want to get more people to watch it, but what I'm going to talk about it on for like a short or something else, something separate from the pod. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I got some surprises coming out in 2025. That's you're really going to learn about Sturdy somewhat as far as film goes. But
the sex scandal's coming out. Did you have the baby oil?
Nah, I had nothing to do with that. That was Diddy. Wrong color.
Did he do it?
Diddy did it.
Dude, if he gets off, everybody owes him an apology.
If he what?
If he gets off and they're like, no, seriously, like there was nothing. Everybody owes him an apology.
No, it's still fuck Diddy because I seen the tape of what he did to Cassie. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. My apologies. Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah.
There's
if
so
that
much
never happened
in the world, people.
Honestly,
I'm not going to remember it all.
I'll be honest with you. If that never happened and that never came out, which I don't want to get too deep into that, the stuff that he's in trouble for now, I'm not saying I wouldn't believe it, but I'd be more like iffy on it. But once I seen that, I'm like, you could do that to a woman, you'll do anything.
Did you ever hear the Tupac rumor
about Michael Jackson? I heard that on
that's hilarious.
A podcast that Michael Jackson beat him up.
Well, yeah, and he beat him up because supposedly Tupac liked to fight, but Tupac couldn't fight, they said. And Michael Jackson could fight.
He don't look like he can fight. He looks like
Michael Jackson was from the ghetto. He was from the streets.
Oh
You know,
my
he may have
god!
grown up a little more sensitive, but doesn't like their dad was kicking the shit out of him. You know, like
Yeah,
all
Are
of
you
them.
brothers.
picture it? Do you see him doing dance moves and like kicking you in the face after, like, you know how he goes, "Come on," and he does that leg
But
kick,
but you also have to think
just
about it.
kicks you in the neck.
James, listen to this though. People that can dance like that and all the other crazy shit they do now are pretty fucking athletic
That's true.
and in shape.
That is true. You're
That
right.
dude was dancing
Flexible.
for like 3 hours straight during a concert. That's why, like if Taylor Swift walked up to me after she just finished her like 3-year tour and kicked me in the face with her leg, it would knock my. In fact, put Taylor Swift in stream and just say, "Hey, the Killers are out there. You gotta go find them." That woman is probably pure muscle. She's been dancing on a stage every
Her legs
night
are probably like ripped. Yeah.
for like 3 years, and that's after all the other concerts. That's after all the other videos. That's after all the other shit she did. But for
Yeah.
that many
Listen,
times,
Mick, if I'm getting a chick from music that's gonna be kicking people, it's gonna be Meg Thee Stallion.
that shit.
All that twerking she does, them thick ass thighs and legs, oh, she's gonna kick the shit out of you. And she's tall too, and that long reach, she's taller than me. I feel safe.
Who is your dream team to send in there and stop these killers?
Oh my god.
Meg,
And it has to be real people. It cannot be characters.
Oh
female,
my
females.
It has to
Wanna
be
do-
real celebrities.
Females.
Now we got more cameos. Yeah, give me anybody you want.
Meg Thee Stallion and Chris Brown.
Jesus. When they start fighting each other?
Nah, they'd get along for this.
Chris Brown.
Chris
Yeah. Listen, all that dancing
Oh,
and flipping and shit he
Ray
does.
Lewis. He'll kill some people.
He's using NFL athletes. He took it a different route. I was thinking more like singers and musicians. Well, that's fair.
Mhm. I don't. Oh, that's hard. I don't know.
No.
See, the ones I'm thinking are too old now, like Jet Li and shit. I'm like, nah, they're too old. Jackie Chan too old.
Yeah.
Are you
R.
kidding
Kelly.
me? Have you seen the Karate Kid Legends trailer?
Yes.
No,
Jackie Chan's
yo.
not too old. He still acts.
oh, shit,
Hold
I
up.
know.
He's still pulling
We're
that
reviewing that on Popcorn and Pints. That
All
shit
right.
looks awesome.
shit. Yeah. And it's
I'm
not
a-
connected to a TV show. It's connecting the two movies together because this is the Jaden Smith movie. It's a continuation from Jaden Smith movie that came out.
Oh, I didn't like
No,
that.
but it's also
I did.
connecting the
I did.
original movies.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
So Ralph Macchio is going to be in this. And for
As an
some-
adult, he was the Karate Kid. They're going to him for something, right?
I think what it is this kid is a kung fu legend, but then I don't know where they end up. I'm guessing he ends up in Los Angeles or something because that's like they go to see Daniel, and he's like, I need you to train my protege in karate. So I'm wondering if they're trying to mix the two to give him an edge in a certain fight. or something.
Oh, like mixing the martial arts.
which
Okay.
karate and kung fu are like, honestly, like the differences are almost like one usually keeps their hands open and the other one like doesn't. You know, like they strike a little
Yeah.
different. Yeah, and like and a lot of their moves are very like the same. Like it's really interesting to go and like do the comparisons of the two. So it's almost like, because we know kung fu's older, it might have been karate might have been brought to Japan by a Japanese person who trained in it, and it just kind of flourished from there. It's really interesting the parallels between the two.
Same with Taekwondo. There's a little similarities between those, all three of them, in a sense.
All of them are derivatives of something, like of like coming off, because like remember, there's a lot of different styles in kung fu.
Oh, yeah.
Taekwondo is the one that's for takedowns, right?
I mean, yeah, it does but it also incorporates a lot of other stuff. I'd say it's closer
And more
to
trips than I think with Taekwondo, maybe
karate.
more trips and takedowns.
Oh,
Yeah.
judo is
judo.
Judo, yeah.
Judo's
There.
about using the other person's weight against them
Yeah,
and taking
That's
them down, but not necessarily
Going down with them.
going down with them.
yeah.
Jiu-jitsu is the one where it's about wrapping up,
Choke out. Yep.
choke
Yeah.
out, and
Oh, I got two actors for the movie:
Okay.
Jason Statham and Michael Jamal White.
I got one. I'm going to top you. Just Michael Jai White.
There you go. Just need him.
He's a black belt. He's a master in karate.
That's why he popped in my head.
Speaking of him, if you're a fan of the UFC like I am, he taught the heavyweight champ a kick, John Jones a kick.
The spinning back kick, right?
He taught him like the front kick that set up the kick.
Oh,
so
okay.
when he kicked, I believe he kicked him with his left foot. Then he did that spinning back kick and kicked him, pop, knocked him out. Well, knocked him to the ground.
I love that we picked actual martial artists and you didn't.
Well, because you guys said celebrity, so I'm thinking, and we started off.
I'm saying Steven Seagal and Cynthia Rock, who they are actual martial artists.
Sure they are.
And then let's not take away anything from Cynthia.
Maybe
Rock.
her, but Steven Seagal, I've seen his videos.
But Steven Seagal's a keto.
It's fucking wild.
Like if you send him into this hotel, I'm betting on the dad. In fact, I'm betting on anyone else.
I agree.
Unless Ja Rule's in there, and then it's half.
Well, of course. Okay, you know what? I take that back. That's all I'm sending in there. Ja Rule on a microphone. Ja Rule and Ashanti. Ja Rule.
Do you remember that fucking movie That's Past Dead, where he's got a do-rag on? Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
He's in prison and he's friends with Ja Rule. And the prison gets taken over by terrorists, and he's an undercover cop trying to get information. So he has to die hard his way out, and Ja Rule helps him.
Yeah, we got to review.
I'm not gonna lie, I liked the movie Die Hard back in the day when I was younger.
We have to review that movie.
Watch Carry On, dude. It is on Die Hard level, and I love Die Hard.
Not Die. I mean, Hard to Kill, not Die Hard. Steven Seagal on Hard to Kill.
I'm not talking to you anymore. Goodbye. Sit down somewhere in the kitchen. One time he was out for justice. Now out to lunch.
But then he found the kitchen.
I'm a fat guy. Go ahead.
But then he found the kitchen.
I don't care about Steven Seagal because that dude went to Russia and was like, "Fuck America," and he was doing Russian propaganda. I care less, dude.
I was never a fan of him. Like in his movies, even though I know he really does know some martial arts and shit, he was like the most unbelievable martial artist in every.
Slow.
Because he's so fucking. That's the thing is he's slowish. Like Mr. Miyagi, he looked older than what he was. I'm assuming. So he should have been slower. Whatever. He looked older. He was slower. He looked slower. Steven Seagal was like 26 years old, moving like he was 75.
And he has the weirdest run. You ever see him run?
You call that running?
It's so funny.
It's like very stiff.
Yeah, stiff. He has his hands like flat like this. He's like,
dude, what about, you know who you got to send in there?
Oh, we got to do Steven Seagal movies.
There's only one person you got to send in there.
R. Kelly?
And this is over within seconds.
I'm listening.
Chuck Norris.
Oh yeah, it's all magic. They would just shut the game down.
He would be like, Lockwood would be like, all right, they're good. They're good.
Let's move on.
He would roundhouse kick the hotel, and everybody would die from the sheer magnitude earthquake that was going to befall that hotel.
Is he going to somehow save the families by kicking the bricks away from them, but just killing the bad guys, or is everybody?
Yes, 100%. You've gotten it right.
You
have to understand, you've gotten it right. Like that's what he would roundhouse kick anything that comes near him, and just the family would be behind him.
Oh shit!
And that's what Chuck Norris would do, because that's what he does. He's Delta Force. Actually, you want to watch a good one? Invasion USA. It's amazing.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one. I think I've seen Delta Force.
That's when the Cubans and the Russians are invading America, but only in like Miami. Like it's only Miami they get, and Chuck Norris single-handedly takes them all out. It's an army who took over the city, and he's armed with his black pickup truck, 2 Uzis, and fists of fury. And I'll tell you what, it was amazing. It's from like 1984. I suggest anyone.
All right. I'll say this. We'll do X amount of movies. Seagal versus Norris.
There you go.
Because I have to see that.
I wouldn't mind cultivating that.
Listen, you can, as long as you put the one with Ja Rule in there. I have to see that movie.
Yeah, Fast Ed will be in there, and I will find a what do you call it?
I'll even say you could set up the verses however you want, the 2 movie pairings however you want them to be.
I'm gonna figure this out.
Happy
And
birthday.
then I'm gonna make a special wheel for you that has both movies on there.
Awesome.
And we're gonna make that man watch him right there. The
But
star of Stream 2, James the Guy Catnip.
James the Guy Catnip. Oh man, I'm so excited for 2025, people.
Oh,
Everybody,
it's gonna be fun.
I can't believe it's the last show of the year. Merry Christmas, everyone.
I know. Yeah,
Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. It's all happening.
Happy holidays
Happy
for
New
whatever
Year.
you celebrate. Happy New Year. Which again, there'll be a third vision, so I'll be saying this again to you guys. But and maybe
well, I'll probably say it Saturday, but that's it.
Yeah. And then we're and this is gonna be a thing. This is gonna be a thing on Horror 630 on Popcorn and Pints because take a little break and we all miss each other after a while.
They were in a movie together?
They were in Exit Wounds.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's right.
That's right. So DMX.
I remember because the coolest scene was the guy went to throw the punch and Michael Jai White grabbed his arm with his other arm and he just jacked it. I love Michael Jai White.
Me too.
Michael Jai White movies, like they are on another level in terms of like what like we saw in the mainstream with Jean-Claude Van Damme and such. But I love them. Like I was in Never Back Down as an extra. And I prefer, they filmed it down by Full Sail in Orlando. So like whenever they needed extras for movies or like they needed extra help PAing or something like that, like students always went. So there was a bunch of people I went to school with that were in that movie. And I liked that movie. I was like, all right, this is kind of cool fighting movie, high school fighting movie, whatever. But the sequel isn't as good, but Michael Jai White's in it and I love it.
Here you go.
I'm with you on that. Another one I like is it Vin Rames where he does like those prison boxing movies?
Oh, Undisputed.
I love those shits.
That's based on Tyson. There's a rumor back in the day. They might have been dispelled by this point or whatever. There was a rumor back in the day that he did a fight in the prison and got his way out.
Really? I did not know that.
Again, it's a rumor. I realize that, but it's almost like I'm buying into the legend.
Fuck it. It makes it feel better. It makes it sound better.
Was it another fighting one?
I do not say do that with everything. Know who you're voting for. Know who you know all that stuff. But when it comes to movies and like different. Little shit like that, I'm like, whatever. I'll believe that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, first time I seen it was Spawn, and I liked Spawn when I was younger.
I liked him in Spawn too. Yeah, it was good.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah. And
that's why I was hoping if they do the remake, I thought they were going to bring him back. I was like, oh, you got to bring him back to do it.
Although that Spawn cartoon is really cool.
The HBO
it's dark.
Yeah.
It's on Max. I need to go through and watch that.
You know who would be you know who would be really cool for Spawn? He's playing Jon Stewart though. Is dude from Rebel Ridge. I can't think of his name at the moment. He's Mufasa right now. Aaron Pierre. Oh, there you go. Aaron. He would make a good Spawn. After seeing Rebel Ridge, he could pull it off.
Because the rumor was they're going to use Jamie Foxx or something. I was like,
he's too old for it now. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
now.
I was like, don't do that.
Yeah.
I
mean, dude just talked about dying. Like, I don't know if I put him in an action movie like that.
Yeah.
Fine. Do it with his fucking shirt on.
Outlaw Johnny Black. I've seen that one. Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite. That's right.
Oh my God, Dynamite. Yes.
God. I had friends who worked on that one too.
Shit! There you go. Okay.
He's playing Green Lantern.
Yeah, Jon Stewart, Green Lantern.
I want to watch more fucking fighting movies, but like the ones we mentioned, like Undisputed,
Undisputed shit. Yeah, because there's like a few of those.
Jai White ones, because there's those movies are just
tons of them. Lionheart.
They're so
Lionheart's
fucking
We should do a street fighting movie.
Ooh,
a street fighting wheel.
Yeah.
Lionheart's a street fight movie. There's a bunch. I can find them.
I mean, we could do a street. I wouldn't even mind doing a street. I mean, street/prison, and then turn.
Well, I think prison counts as street fight because it's street fight rules.
True.
That's true.
So that's
And
why,
that-
like, when I say street fight, I just mean that you know what I mean, that level
yeah,
fight.
yeah. And then I would say even like the quote
Just
unquote
name the wheel. Street fight rules.
yeah,
I love it.
Street fights rules.
from the streets to the cell. That's what you can call it.
No, it is. That's what street fighting is. It's the style of fighting. You're
From
fighting on the
street-
street. It's all anything goes. You
No,
can use a
nobody
blade,
knows
slap
anymore.
fucking-
Nobody knows what street fighting is anymore. Because
No.
now street fight, if you get in a street fight, it's like, well, I don't know, maybe they'll call lift, and by the time it gets there, they quit the fight. Like
that. Or,
I'll be fucking honest with you. Street fights didn't matter what came at you, and it also didn't end until somebody was incapacitated or dead. And I never fucking understand, like, when people are like talking about street fights, like now in like movies and stuff. I'm like,
Aaron,
is
were
this
you
how
in?
far we've come?
Were you still in school in the time where street fights changed, where they'll make a circle, people are fighting. If you fall down, they let you get up. They go time out, like there's rounds.
No, that didn't happen. In fact, we often got kicked and thrown back in.
No, I'm talking about it was after I was out of school. I was like, because I seen two kids fighting, and all of a sudden one went down. They're like, okay. They let them up to start again.
I always let the other guy back up, because if you couldn't get up, I wanted to fight. There were people who didn't let me back up, but then the other guys would throw me in, and like, that's where.
For me, it really depended on my anger, because if I got you down, sometimes I'll just slam you and just bang, 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 bang.
Oh, if I get you down and like I want to end this, I'm just taking you down. But I don't like to hit or kick people when they're down.
Yeah,
I'll let them get back up, because you know what? Get on your feet, no problem. They'll try and ground and pound, but don't worry about that.
But the thing is, you let them up.
I'm talking
giving
old
them
school.
a chance, though.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get them down, you want to finish it.
See, I still got the mentality, but I don't have the chops.
Yeah,
That's why I'm like, if I was fighting these guys, like, I'm gonna hurt some of you, and it's gonna be vicious.
Like for me,
I know I'll probably die.
I'll say it like this: I was never a fighter. I was always a lover, but I will defend myself, and I'll protect who needs to be protected around me. So once
I really
like
never got in fights. I was always the big dude, not tall, like just big dude, and everybody just they'll say shit, but they'll back down when I say something to them.
I'm not gonna say I fought all the fucking time. I've gotten into a handful of scuffles. A lot of times it's just for my cousin that was in a wheelchair. Shout out to Michael. People would fuck with him, and you're gonna get fucked up when I see you. Simple.
My
as
biggest
that.
fight was my own brother.
Got warnings.
So my biggest issue, I don't fight. I hate fighting. I
don't either.
Do it. I don't want my kids to ever know I did do it. But I will tell you, I was always timid. I would fight. I didn't, but I would get timid. Like I would get like, until I got a pop in the face, closed fist.
Oh, then it goes red.
A male role model whom should have been a role model in my home growing up. That I'm going to just say this without saying who it is. If this person, this man in your life does this to you, nobody else can do it to you and hurt you. I will tell you that right now, because I never had a problem with a punch afterwards. And like, again, I'm not saying I won every fight. I've lost my fair share. But I'm now coming at you like Michael Myers, and you'd better stop me.
Yeah.
Like if it's a threat, I charge towards.
Oh hell yeah! Especially
I don't fight or flight. I charge towards. I'm like, I am now the assailant in this. Yeah. You have now made it where I have to defend myself.
If it's that type of situation, you have to. I mean, like this fucking movie, for example, you'd have to.
I know it's hard, but you gotta do it.
Yeah. Flight only works if you know 100% you're getting away.
Flight works if it's. I feel like flight is more so like if it's like, listen, if I stand here and fight, my family's gonna get harmed. But if I take off, we're going to get away. If I take off now, then it's like, don't let your ego get in the way. Listen to your heart. Don't listen to your fucking mind, your head at times.
Listen, kids. I got my weapon. Listen, wife. Follow behind me. Stay close. Follow the line I move, because you're never going to want to walk past the door. And doors are always staggered in a hotel, never across from each other, really. Well, sometimes they are, but generally they're staggered. And just walk out and pay attention. You hear anything, you see anything, you hear a door open, tell me. Because I'm going to attack the second a sound occurs. I don't care who you are.
Would you give anybody else a weapon, even if it was like a bat, just to be...
wife and kids, and I would tell them, you're going to see me hit people with this. I expect you to do the same.
Yeah.
You know, you got, and it's easier said than done. I mean, I realized I had to go through many years of trauma to get to a demented point, you know, like to that point of demented where you're like, if I have to survive this night, I'm going to survive this night.
Yeah, and I know I'm the same way, and honestly, I could probably say my household is the same way, just because, not just because it's all guys here besides the wife, but just because I know how they are, like when their mother's out and about, how protective they are, just over small things. They're very protective just for that. So if there's a threat,
remember, it's the thinking though. It doesn't mean that you're gonna win. It doesn't, like, you can
No.
like, it's the thinking, and then it's not for you. It's to anybody watching or listening, just so you know that it is a style of thought. It's not like I say I'm gonna do this and I'm the toughest guy. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you have to have that mentality for survival. That's it. Like, and again, it may work or not, but like, you have to have it.
Yeah, you gotta have that switch where you switch that fucking. Because if you don't, then you'll hesitate. Fear gets you. Too much thinking. It's like, you
have to think about the horrors that could become you.
Yeah,
and realize that I have to be willing to commit this in this situation. And I'm talking about horror movie situation. I'm not talking about just everyday life or anything like that, or any type of.
I'm going with this movie stream, like in this situation of what was going on in that, to where it's like, okay, fuck this, I have to protect my family.
Yeah,
listen,
you're in an everyday situation, walk away.
Yeah,
of course.
If you're not trapped, walk away. Always, don't fight. Not a challenge. I'm talking about, like, you cannot get out. You have to fight. That situation. You know what I mean?
Have a good one, Chad.
Have a good one, man. Have a good show.
At work. He's going to work. Told us to have a fun show.
Oh, today's Thursday.
He's going to go to work. I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah, fair.
Have a good night at work, man.
Night, sir. Well, we've talked big enough where people are probably like, they think there's some bad at, and like, that's not what we're saying.
No, not at all. It's more so of a situation. Well, one, of course, it's a situation you never want to be in, and two, is just like a situation. I just feel, I guess, just the way I was raised and just the way I am. I've always been a protective person over people I care about. I don't care if you're a newborn baby to freaking 40 years, a 35-year-old or 18-year-old in better shape than I am that can fucking whoop my ass easily. I'm still gonna be protective over you because I care about you. And I like, it's not even like it's not like a switch I can turn on and off. It's just like an automatic, like, I was born with it. I kind of just, and I feel like it's just the people I've grown up with, the people I've been around, the way, in a different way than what you were saying, Mick, but in a different way I learned that. And just, it's like, I care about these people. Like, I got to protect these people. Shit, if I'm there and my brother's in a situation, I got to make that my situation. You know what I mean? And it's just like, shit.
Well, that's not what I said.
No. That's how I am. That's how I am. Like, I can't.
No, fair. But I mean, the older we get, the more and more trouble we can get in. So, like, the situation, it is very easy to stay out of fights now. Of course. I'm talking more so growing up and then not too much like that. And then just even in a situation where it's, even if I have to step in front and talk the situation down, I'm gonna step in front and talk the situation down. But you're gonna stand behind me. I can't turn it off. It's just one of them things. And then and the thing is, my brother's the same fucking way. All right.
Just like shit. Man. This is
a good last episode of the year.
Yeah, it was. It was good. It was fun.
It's brought up some cool conversations, and you guys should check this movie out, though. You should really check this movie out. And if you have seen this movie, hey, let us know in the comments. We'll
bring the survival thing up again when we watch a zombie movie. How are you going to survive?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yes.
No, how would you? No, not how would you survive a zombie? How would you survive this specific zombie movie?
Yes, I love it, because that's what I'm trying to say to people, and make it more fun, because that. When we say it's that type of mentality, I mean this type of mentality in this.
Yeah.
Again, not walking down the street and somebody's eyeing you the wrong way. You can leave.
Yeah, you can leave. You don't have to rip their head off.
I think
Ignore it.
more women who may listen to this podcast may understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I'm not laughing at that lightly. It's just sad that that's the fact. But
No, we know what you mean. We know what you mean.
I got it.
But oh man,
But yeah, that'll be a fun conversation.
it is.
Like
As a
we
matter of
watch the
fact,
movie and we go, "How are you going to survive this version of?"
exact. How would you survive this? Whatever the movie is, how would you survive this movie?
I'm
This
gonna pick 28 weeks later and be like, just like the guy in the movie.
I'm just gonna say I'm not surviving 100%.
He was out. He left his wife there so fucking quick.
I believe
"I'll
we
find
already
a new
reviewed that one, so that one ain't even gonna be able to make it.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna pick something unique though, because I know you. I
No,
know
that's
how
not the
you
one
bring
I'm
it.
doing. I got
I know.
something. I got something.
I
foreign.
picked a rando one that I'd never seen before, and I was like, "Oh, zombie movie! I'll check this one."
Message me the movie cover after the show if you have it, James.
I already did. I thought I
don't
did
remember.
already.
You
Remember,
may
you're
have
like,
done
"That
it.
was fast."
We can bicker about the shows later.
Yeah. But listen, people, appreciate you tuning into the show. I hope you're here at midnight for Sturdo Vision. Make sure you guys also tune into the Scene Snobs tomorrow at 7:00 Eastern time for some movie reviews. Do I remember the movies? I don't, but Mick does. He's gonna tell you right now. Boom.
Pretty much all the newer stuff that's been coming out. We're going to talk about. We'll talk about Craven. We're going to talk about a bunch of really fun stuff that we watched, and try and watch some more. Maybe try and get Mufasa and Sonic in there. But we have about 4 or 5 movies to go. It's just going to be live. We're going to rate and we're going to review and rate them. You can read my reviews over on Letterboxd. You can watch them on the clips on YouTube in a couple of days. But I'm really super excited. This can be a new format. And it's also going to be available on podcast too. So that will be cool. So that will be another part of the Scene Snobs podcast now. We're going to add it on.
Speaking of part of the Scene Snobs, your boy Sturdy is going to be there. Not Horror with Sir Sturdy, but your boy Sturdy is going to be over in the Scene Snobs about once a month when I can make it. Hop on an episode. Here and there, good on the movie reviews, but definitely the Tuesday shows once a month. Hop in there and have some fun with these guys because we always have a blast and we always work together anyway. So it's like, why,
Have
so
some
make
fun.
sure you guys tune in for that. And I mean, Mick's over on Popcorn and Pints all the time now. He's having a good time over there, I think.
Yeah, we got a fun one this week.
Yeah, we do. I didn't even watch it yet, but we're gonna watch it. I think we're gonna watch it Saturday.
I seen it. I watched it. I went to the theater with my wife.
It's the biggest flop of all time.
Even better.
Really?
I'm pretty sure somebody had mentioned that.
We'll talk
It
about
is a huge flop, though. It only made like.
But we can fact. We're gonna fact check that. See where it is within the top 5 or something.
We'll fact check.
But
we'll get the info.
make sure you guys tune into the Scene Snobs. Make sure you guys tune into Horror Sir Sturdy. Make sure you guys tune into Popcorn and Pints. Stories from a Bar. Video Store Clerks. Just some awesome
Hill Talks.
Awesome content.
Three Geeks Podcast.
Three Geeks Podcast. Troy Hill's gonna be having a podcast in 2025.
Was it a podcast or a live stream? I don't know. I didn't get the details on it yet.
I don't know if they do the audio on the network or not. I'm assuming.
I got you.
But I honestly don't know. But either way, make sure you guys go follow Troy Hill Talks because that's our guy, and he does some dope shit. And he's gonna have a live show on there, and I'm gonna be on there with him for a bit so he gets a locked in co-host. But I'm gonna help my guy out because I love podcasts so much, and I love when like a friend wants to start a show, and I'm like, how can I help? And if I have the time to be on and help, I'll be on. Of course, before I even offer that, I talk to the wife. I'm like, listen, that's what I did with Troy's show. I'm like, listen, his show is actually after mine. It'd be at the hour after mine starts, or no, after mine ends. And she was like, listen, it's not on the weekend, and I'll be asleep by then anyway. Cool. Boom. So, yes.
Just say goodnight. My wife is pounding her feet, and I have to piss.
You're dancing.
She's like, hurry up.
You don't have to pee.
I have to
But yeah, anyway, people, make sure you tune into all of our content.
You can keep going. I'll just go to the bathroom.
Mick, we're going to get him some Depends.
We might need them. My show is 2 hours this week. Your show is an hour.
Listen.
We are becoming the podcasters that are like these legend filmmakers that are making 2.5 hour movies.
No, because we have funny conversations. We're actually having conversations, a good dialogue, and I still have 8 people watching. I'm happy about that.
But what's funny, he ends the show, then we start another conversation. He's like, go see the scenes, and we start talking about it.
And then we talk for 20 minutes, and then I still got to pee.
I'm going to end it right here. I'm going to tell you guys this. I had a great time with the show. I had a great time this year with the whole thing, even with the craziness involved. listen, shit happens, you know. But peace and blessings to everybody. Let's have a great year in 2025. Again, tune in to Stereo Vision tomorrow night. But oh man, 2025 is gonna be a fucking amazing. Just wait, and Merry Sturtmas to all, and to all. I'll see you.